Ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire, welcome to Arnold Holonet News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. But the good thing to know is it's the people's choice, and today, holy cow, many weeks later, we're finally building on top of the Inquisitor crew, and especially since the Kenobi trailer reveal, things are starting to make more sense. The Inquisitors aren't celebrating the Jedi Fallen Order. It's instead celebrating the power of the Inquisitors, and it seems like we're building up to something a little cheeky in regards to Kenobi's new TV show coming. Still 2 months away. Nonetheless, we have the full kit reveal of the 7th sister, which, if you guys do not know, is from the Rebels TV show. And you know what? I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. There's a Mace Windu rework. Oh my gosh. We finally got the official kit reveal, the Mace Windu rework card in the top right hand corner. In case you missed this bald-headed wonder doing some hopefully good stuff in Galaxiers, we're gonna do some testing on that later on this week. But come on over. I think we can kind of predict what the third Inquisitor or Inquisitorious member of Galaxiers is gonna be, and my prediction is we're gonna be seeing the 5th brother, which, funny enough, we did see the 5th brother inside of the Kenobi trailer that came out 1 week ago. So that's where my money's being put down, and ultimately now the speculation's building up to the Grand Inquisitor, which was also a little debatable about the looks of it, but nonetheless, we know the Grand Inquisitor is coming to live action for the first time in the Kenobi TV show. So we're waiting on possibly one more, the 5th brother, and if they're doing a full team of 5, I would expect the Grand Inquisitor to show up at some point. Let's get into the kit reveal on what the 7 sisters going to offer. Now, I'm guessing Thursday this character's coming live. We'll be doing some testing. So far, the 9th sister's really the only interesting one in the mix that I've actually been utilizing without the Inquisitorious. This character is coming to Galaxiers. The most notable thing is we have a pretty nasty turn meter move ability and a mass buff dispel ability, kind of a little reminiscent of the good old Imperial probe droid inside of Galaxiers. So the Empire has yet another mass buff dispel character in their arsenal with the help of the 7th sister. Can I just say this? I'm always bashing CG for their in-game looks. Can't we have the models look more like this in Galaxies? Like, come on, we're not in 2015, or technically this game was probably developed in like 2010, 2000. Like, this looks kind of nice. And of course, it's gonna show up with only 7 polygons in Galaxies, but nonetheless, you guys are here to hear me read up the kit reveal and to give my take on it. It's got yet another leader tag. Every Inquisitor, as we've been kind of predicting, has been getting a leader ability. It also has a territory war omicron. And the speculation we've had is that if there is going to be a Grand Inquisitor down the line, the Grand Inquisitor is going to take all of these leader abilities from the Inquisitors, trigger their omicrons, and make them like into a giant unique ability that everyone shares, which would be pretty darn cool if that happens. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. It's also a healer and an unaligned force user. Oddly enough, no support tag. It's kind of weird when they differentiate healers and support from one another. It's kind of what you would expect. But anyways, Inquisitorious healer that helps her squad eliminate the Jedi. Well, how is she going to eliminate the Jedi? Well, she's got a basic ability called There You Are. What a, man, really enlightens the soul when you read that ability name right there. But deal physical damage to target enemy, inflict offense down for 2 turns. The basic ability is going to be kind of important when we get to your unique ability. So remember this stuff for a few minutes here. And you're also going to apply 1 stack of Purge, which stacks up to a maximum of 6. Again, Purge is kind of the core mechanic idea around this Lord. I'm hoping it's going to be a Lord Vader Inquisitorious theme, but it's kind of a core mechanic of the Inquisitors until the end of the encounter. If the target does not have any, these debuffs cannot be resisted if the enemy is a Jedi. Deal 5% more damage, increase to 10% if the enemy is a Jedi for each stack of Purge on the enemy. So this is going to be kind of important because she's going to be doing some assisting, as we're going to see later on. So it's kind of important to know that she's going to be applying a lot of offense down. And hopefully one of the main problems the sisters of the Inquisitors have been having right now is that they're kind of having a difficult time getting a lot of Purge onto the enemy teams. Well, she's going to be helping with the constant assisting. She'll be applying lots of Purge onto the enemy, but we aren't done yet. My personal favorite part of her kit, it's going to be this right here. The ID9 Electro Shock Prod. Not a crazy high cooldown, a cooldown of 3. And here's what we have. And I want Lord Vader to be a little bit better. I don't want to open up the wound right now. Everyone pretty much knows at this point Lord Vader's not the shiniest and prettiest galactic legend, even though he's the latest one. One thing that would be nice is a way to get tons of buff control on the Jedi Master Kenobi team. This might be that answer right there. Deal physical damage to target enemy, dispel all buffs. Unfortunately, this won't work against Jedi Master Kenobi. They'll remove 60% turn meter, increase to 90% if it's a target Jedi. There's no turn meter manipulation. Kenobi's literally the king of the high ground of turn meter control. You can't remove or gain turn meter when going up against him. Everyone can get turn meter or lose turn meter. And furthermore, inflict 1 stack of Purge, maximum of 6, until the end of the encounter, and then you're gonna inflict an additional stack of Purge for each buff dispelled this way. And this is big money. And besides the basic allowing her to apply lots of Purge, she'll be called to assist to apply lots of Purge. There are a crud ton of buffs on a Kenobi team, or even more specifically, Jedi teams in general. They're some of the most notorious buff heavy teams. Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Revan teams, Grandmaster Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn teams, whatever it might be, Jedi Master Kenobi. This, for each buff dispelled this way, holy cow, you're probably gonna get pretty close to maximum of 6 stacks. So this, the character finally making Purge, hopefully a bit more threatening to deal with. Further, we are not done yet. You're gonna inflict ability block for 1 turn and daze for 2 turns on the target enemy you're looking at. And this ability can't be evaded, and it can't even be resisted. So foresight, no bueno. Tenacity up, and no bueno. So now we're gonna have some more ways to get this Purge onto the field. And my prediction is, let's say General Kenobi's taunting in your way. Well, you're gonna dispel the buffs, and you're gonna lock an ability block him, so he has no chance of trying to cleanse this. So this is nice. I was worried it could be resisted. It's nice knowing these effects are not gonna be resisted, and no amount of foresight is gonna make the poor Jedi Order run away from what this is coming. And keep in mind, we already got another daze on our ninth sister. She has an AoE daze, which is a pretty fantastic thing about her, and she's already kind of the General Kenobi of the Empire in terms of tank attributes. Moving on, another ID9 ability. Does she do any of the work herself? No, the ID9 does it all. ID9 enemy intelligence, cooldown of 4, which could be a bit lower, as we're gonna read here. It has a Zeta. Consume 1 stack of Purge from each enemy, which if you use this ability, that's probably a lot of Purge. Target ally recovers 30% health and protection, plus 10% health and protection for each stack of Purge consumed. Oof, oof, oof. So think about it. Let's just say there's 6 stacks of Purge, because remember, we're capped out on 6 here. That's 60% extra health and protection. Seems like we're gonna get a lot of Purge with this character finally. And you're also getting 30% health protection. So you're looking at probably potentially 90% health and protection regeneration, depending on how much Purge was consumed. And if you think about it this way, again, I'm a bit of a hopeful, I'm a bit of a romantical individual when it comes to Lord Vader. A 90% health boost recovery in a Lord Vader team is pretty insane. And it's a target ally recover. It's not even just constrained to Inquisitor. So you could technically top off Lord Vader. The one thing he's got good going for him, he's got a massive health pool. 90% health recovery is pretty nasty. And remember, there's already a health recovery in the Lord Vader when he does that little whoosh, whoosh, whoosh ability. It is what it is. But anyways, moving on. We're not even done yet. All allies gain critical hit immunity for 2 turns, which kind of eats up the Ninth Sister's vibe a little because she taunts when an Imperial's being hit. So it kind of contradicts it a little bit. And Inquisitor's allies are getting foresight for 2 turns. Holy cow, we're not even done. And wait, there's more. All allies recover 10% health and protection on top of that, and gain evasion up for 2 turns. So if you followed the boomer calculator with me, if you get 90% health recovery because you consume 6 stacks of Purge, you got the 30% health protection right there. You're also getting an additional 10% health protection recovery. You can juice this up all the way to 100% health and protection recovery, which is pretty insane, if you ask me. And if the target ally is Inquisitorious, you can reduce this ability's cooldown by 1. So a pretty nice healing mechanic that we have here, which could be pretty amazing. Trying to top someone off right away. Again, we're assuming we might be using these of Lord Vader. That's probably why the developers have been kind of iffy touching this guy up, because he needs a touch up. I don't care who you are, he needs a touch up. And I think most people are kind of in the camp that, yeah, we can't live in Fantasyland anymore. I have a feeling these guys are kind of the reason why they're holding off, because this is a lot of nice stuff. We got a buff dispel, lots of health protection recovery inside of a Lord Vader team, or even just the Inquisitors. And here we go. We have the leader ability, which I've been kind of kind of all right, whatever, cool. It's kind of cute. Every single Inquisitor is kind of designed for a specific type of Jedi team out there. Here we have the Guess Again leader ability, which is a Zeta and Omicron, which I don't think people want to invest in 5 Omicrons potentially for Inquisitors. Let's just say 4 and maybe a Grand Inquisitor. That's why the theory's out there that maybe we're going to blend all these leads together. And that's going to create it's kind of like Phoenix, right? Blend all the uniques together and you get something pretty nice out of it at the end of it. Anyways, let's read this. Empire allies gain 16% evasion. You already kind of lost me there. But 2016, they want their evasion back. But anyways, whenever an Inquisitor's allies evade, they recover 5% health and protection and gain advantage for 2 turns. In a weird way, it reminds me a little bit of how, you know, the Luminar leads, the old Ben leads, the Count Dooku leads. When Dodge, if you guys don't know, Dodge metas existed and they were extremely annoying to deal with. Dodges aren't as a big a problem, but let's take a look at the Territory Omicrons. What happens here? Whenever a Jedi enemy gains foresight, all Inquisitor's allies gain foresight for 2 turns. This is literally a huge call out to Grandmaster Yoda. Pretty cool stuff here. And at the end of each turn, dispel all buffs on Jedi enemies who have foresight. Additionally, whenever an enemy gains a buff, 7th Sister has a 10% chance to inflict 1 stack of Purge. Again, maximum of 6 on that enemy until the end of the encounter, increased to 20% if that enemy was a Jedi. So teams have so many buffs, and Grandmaster Yoda is notorious for spreading tons of buffs to the team. You're putting your team at a detriment. If you're spreading a ton of buffs to your team with this lead, she's gonna shut you down and pretty much, in a way, kind of mimic what you're doing. You get foresight, I get foresight. Everyone gets foresight, it seems like. So pretty nice. And again, more ways to get purged. Is this the best lead in the game? I don't think so. I don't think a lot of people are worried about a lead encountering Grandmaster Yoda. But again, if you pool these Inquisitors together with their leads, we might be talking some serious business. We also have a unique ability called Distraction. Whenever another Inquisitorious ally uses an ability during their turn, 7th Sister assist, limited to once per turn. So think of it kind of like 3-Pac. Anytime you got the rebels going, 3-Pac just kind of comes in and assists them. And if 7th Sister is in the leader slot, which I don't know how often we're going to utilize it, time will tell. Whenever 7th Sister assists another Inquisitor's ally, that ally recovers 5% health and gains offense up for 2 turns. So again, more steady stream of her health recovery here. It just kind of sucks that it's tied to her leading. Okay, while assisting, she inflicts debuffs based on the number of stacks of Purge on the target, which can't be resisted if they're a Jedi. Speed down, okay. You only need 1 stack of Purge. All right, not a lot. Seriously? Accuracy down? Unless there's something that makes makes more sense. Kind of not a very exciting thing. A healing immunity is kind of all right. At 5 stacks, kind of hard to get to, 5+ stacks. But again, we see a lot of ways we're going to get Purge going. Man, it would have been nice having something else. I would have taken an extra buff Dispel. Heck, I haven't even taken offense down, maybe. Accuracy down seems kind of bleh. And again, it's tied to her leading a little bit. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, the point being is she's going to have assist capabilities. I think the most important thing is she's going to be applying a lot of offense down on her basic ability here. You know, actually, she already had an offense down. Man, what else would I want on there? She's got offense down. She's going to apply that. She's got speed down. Healing. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where you can't throw that much on her, because especially if she's assisting, it can get really nasty really, really fast. But actually down, it's not appealing to my sympathetic vibrations right now. Overall, I'm liking it. But I think we still have at least one more character to go, and I'm pretty certain, based off the trailer, and now based on the fact that we're seeing a Rebels TV show Inquisitorious member, I have a really good feeling we're going to see the 5th brother show up the galaxy, is putting us at 4 Inquisitors. And the question is there a 5th one coming? We have 2 from Jedi Fallen Order, 2 from Rebels. We see some of them in the Kenobi trailer. We just need that egg-headed freak that we saw in the live action show as number 5, or maybe just throw it at Lord Vader. Time will tell. Overall, I do like this character. It's got a lot of interesting plug-and-play viability. The buff, dispel, turn meter removal. I'm liking that part. So I'm kind of seeing some vibes like 9th Sister, where maybe the Inquisitors don't go anywhere. Hopefully that's not the case. It's always cool to see new teams be fleshed out to something amazing, like the Bad Batch. By the way, they should be double shard drop in the next month here. So really excited to see that. And I'm excited to see the potential of the Inquisitors and our new member, the 7th sister. Stay tuned. Thursday, we'll be doing some testing. We might have the Mace Windu rework that day as well. It could be a busy week, my friends. So if you want to make sure you're not missing all the Triple B action here, leave that like, comment down below, and more importantly, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Would love to hear your thoughts on what you think this cook is going to be doing. And until we meet again, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.